Bookstore. This is Kim. I'm the manager at Bookbug, and this is a bookstore, and I'm here today to talk to you about some queer books that have sustained me in an effort to share these titles with you so that you can have resources and community and ways to connect to other queer stories while you are stuck at home. Unfortunately, out front, Kalamazoo's local resource center is closed for the time being for everyone's safety, and so these are some books that I thought might be useful to tell you about, and you can order all of them from our website, and they will all be linked in the description box down below. So here we go. The first one is one that just came out at the end of last year, and I read it around Christmas time. I could not put it down. Johnny Appleseed by Joshua Whitehead. They identify as a two-spirit indigiqueer individual, and their story is absolutely incredible. It grabbed me and would not let go. It is passionate, it is steamy, it is emotional. It talks about experiences on a reservation and what it's like moving away from that environment and the duality of living in two different worlds and connecting to family and friends, and it's an absolutely beautiful book. I highly, highly recommend it. The next one is Sissy by Jacob Tobiah, and we did this as our book club pick for June last year, and I ran book club for that. It was a really, really good discussion that we had as a community about this title. They're hilarious. Their story is deep and touching and sometimes painful, and they handle it in such a light way that it never felt tragic to me hearing about the harder parts of their experience, and the beautiful, wonderful parts of their experience were just so uplifting to read about. I highly, highly recommend it. It is a memoir style. There's a little bit of, I would say almost a sociological aspect to it, but a lot of just personal accounts and experiences. It's absolutely amazing. So I'm not a huge poetry person, but Amy Adams, one of our other booksellers here, recommended Andrea Gibson to me, and I'm so, so glad she did. They are a fantastic poet. Their poems are about their queerness in moving through the world as a queer person, and there's a lot about their anger and emotions and a lot of political statements going on in there. It's really strong work. It's absolutely amazing work, and definitely look them up on YouTube, because hearing the poetry read aloud by them is also extraordinary. This is the first book that I purchased. Take Me With You is a bunch of snippets from poems from a lot of other bigger pieces by them, so I thought it was the best one to have physically first, but we also have other books by them. Pansy is one, Lord of the Butterflies is another, and How Poetry Can Change Your Heart is the newest one that just came out. It's very shiny, so I don't know how well that's going to come across on camera, but yeah, and this is a super cute book too. We have all of these here and ready to go. All right, mixing it up with a graphic novel here. This graphic memoir by Alison Bechtel called Fun Home is absolutely amazing. It's also a musical. The Farmer's Alley did the show last summer, I believe, in June. And so we've sold a lot of these around the community, and if you haven't read it yet, you absolutely should. Yeah, like I said, it's a graphic memoir. The first time I read this was with my queer theory class at Western, and we were analyzing a lot of the theory involved in writing it. It was super cool. We had a graphic novel as a textbook. Yeah, it's wonderful. It's a fun read because it's a graphic novel, but it's also really heavy and deep at times. It's a fantastic read. Pulp by Robin Talley is a YA pick that I absolutely love. It is a dual narrative that follows a girl today in high school doing a senior thesis project about lesbian pulp fiction, and it also follows a girl from the 1950s who writes lesbian pulp fiction, and they're connected because the girl today is doing her project on a lot of the writing of the girl from the 1950s who's writing lesbian pulp fiction, and so it talks a lot about queer history, and it has a lot of relationship building, a lot of really good character development, both in both time frames. I really connected with it. I absolutely love this book. Highly recommend it. So I actually haven't read this book, full disclosure, but I follow Jackson Bird on YouTube, and I absolutely love his content, and I'm intending on reading this. I'm really excited for it. It's called Sorted, and it is about his transition. It says, growing up, coming out, and finding my place. He's a huge Harry Potter fan, and he does have a lot of really great content dealing with being such a big Harry Potter fan and dealing with some information that we have recently learned about J.K. Rowling's beliefs about transgender people, and his analysis of that is really, really succinct and smart, and it's great. His content is phenomenal. I'm really excited to read his personal story. I believe this is tagged for YA, so it is appropriate for teens, but it is also perfectly suited to adults as well. So yeah, definitely check that out. Another book I'm really, really excited about that has really sustained me is Whipping Girl by Julia Serrano. We are currently sold out, but you can absolutely order it on our website, and we can have it here in a couple of days. It is a lot of sociology, and it's accessible sociology. It's actually the book that I used to recommend at my interview here for the bookstore. It talks about femininity, it talks about transition and gender and what it means to be a woman, and Julia Serrano is fantastic. She's an amazing author, and I highly recommend that. And Excluded is her other book. They are very similar. They have a lot of similar themes. Excluded is the newer one, so it's a little bit more updated, and that you can also order on our website. And for something a little bit lighter, a little bit more fun, Dead India. I absolutely love this. It's a YA level graphic novel, and it is fun is like the best word that I can use to describe it. A lot of the main characters are queer. The plot, these young people are working at this amusement park, and there's a haunted house in the amusement park that turns out is actually the portal to all of the realms. There's 7 realms above, 7 realms below. We've got angels, we've got demons. It's really, really fun and like kind of spooky, but in a really whimsical way. The illustrations are really cool. Hamish Steele does such a great job with these goofy characters, and yeah, it's fantastic. There's a second one that just came out last year too. We have both of them in store ready to go for you. So those are some of my personal favorite queer books for teens and grown-ups that sustain me when I feel alone or when I feel unsure about things. So definitely check out the links in the description box below to purchase any one or multiple ones of those. We are doing pickup right now, 11 to 3 Monday through Saturday, or we can have them shipped out to you. If your order is over $60, we will deliver it right to your house if you're in Kalamazoo. And yeah, please subscribe to this channel, click the bell for notifications, share it all over the place, like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram, and we will see you soon. Thank you so much for watching.